Hey everybody, welcome to What the Flick. I'm Matt, that's Kim, Jacqueline, and Jason. We are here talking about the fall season finale of Star Trek Discovery, episode 8. We live in a world where you get a break over the holidays and they call it a finale and then a premiere. And
this is the end of chapter 1.
The winter finale. It's great.
Yeah, so episode 8, stuff goes down. I think we're starting to get some good stuff going on here. Let's hear from the panel. What's everybody think?
I mean, as you guys all have known, I've been kind of the one that's been like, yes, this show's finally good. It's gotten better and better with every episode. There were some things that I had an issue with this episode, and we'll all touch on that. But I thought for a finale, it was great. I thought there was a lot of great moments. Also, we saw a storyline that I've been talking about before, the LGBTQ plus storyline with Stamets and Colbert, that actually was really nice to see again this episode. So I thought for a finale, it was okay. It was. I mean, someone could have died, which is what they do, or a big cliffhanger. And I thought the cliffhanger was there. It wasn't a huge like, oh my god, but it was enough to make me want to come back in January.
They projected it like, it's his one last mission. He's 2 weeks from retirement.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I liked that they didn't have a contrived season finale.
Yeah.
Like I really liked that it felt natural with the arc, because again, this is a streaming show. I feel a lot of people are gonna watch this over the holiday to catch up maybe, so don't make it so contrived, personally.
Yeah.
Kim, what did you think?
I have a few different thoughts. I mean, Jacqueline and I had thoughts about whether or not Tyler was a spy or actually a Klingon in disguise. And this episode kind of...
I think it kills that.
I don't think it does. I think he could still be... Well, there's this line between when Laurel is in the thing and he goes, what did you do to me? And she says, I would never let them hurt you.
Right.
That made me think either he's a sleeper or it's like a get out situation.
Okay. But the whole idea of him like changing his body is the thing that I think they killed. Like he may be like brainwashed, but he's still a human being, and like nothing's changed about him being a human being. That's
He's not cloaked as a Klingon,
exactly.
Right?
He's not cloaked. So I agree with you that it could still be that he's a sleeper cell though.
Or get out. No.
I don't know. See,
he's in the sunken
You think it's get out? I just think he's a human being because of what
Get
I
Out,
saw.
like the brain transplant?
Yeah,
Spoiler alert, if you're like 3 years late, never watched Get Out.
Yeah.
You should have.
What?
Jason.
I haven't had the time. No, look, I'm just gonna go home now.
I'm revoking your black person card on that one.
I know. God, they're gonna hate me in the comments. A black dude hasn't watched Get Out. Who is TYT hiring?
It's real good. I recommend it.
That wasn't about you being black. That was about anyone, if you like movies at all, watch Get Out.
She said the black guy.
You said
we can't do that.
Yeah.
Anyway, I thought that the quick flashbacks of stuff he went through, like, maybe they cut him up and maybe like he's been brainwashed and he thinks he's human.
Brainwashed, but not like whatever. Like I guess it is like just a small degree less. I just don't, like, for the longest time, I literally was waiting for the moment where we showed him, like, being a Klingon person.
Right,
Yes, like that, exactly.
If they do that now, it would be terrible because they showed the trading sex for his own life part, or rather, being raped part. And
the anything to survive in captivity part, which I thought, personally for me, I know it was graphic and it was really hard to watch a lot of the time, but I really felt it was something that kind of needed to be said, because I feel like they kind of brushed over how he was able to survive.
Right, yeah.
And I think this reality of what, like, oh God, it was so heartbreaking. There's another show that I watched called Outlander where they have a scene similar to this. Yeah, you can, in the comments, rip on me if you want, but Jamie's amazing. And there's a scene like this where, like, just, male rape and how that's portrayed, and especially both of these were prisoners when it happened. And it's really hard to watch, but I felt it really made the character more believable.
Okay, on the subject of rape, because even though they filmed this, I'm sure months ago, I don't think that they were intentionally trying to make it seem that like this is a rape scene. I felt like it was to be brutally honest, I thought we were gonna get a scene of Michael and Tyler getting it on, not Laurel and Tyler. So that was kind of like, whoa, because you saw Laurel just really going to town. But what I didn't like about, I didn't believe his PTSD, and it just didn't seem, I
think you don't believe him as much as an actor.
I don't. I feel like he's miscasted. I mean, I'm definitely here for him and Michael's connection. That's about the most I get from him in any episode. Yes, they gave the credence to why he was in prison, how he survived. I'm glad him and Laurel have this mysterious relationship. But that seemed contrived to me.
I think you bring up a good point, because I think that considering that this particular part probably got shot weeks, if not months ago, arguably probably before any of the news about Weinstein broke, I think that we are watching a storyline within the context of a issue that we are far more aware of
and sensitive to
than we would have otherwise been.
So at this point, if it turns out he was a Klingon in disguise, that would be terrible, because that would be like saying, lying about rape, And I really hope it doesn't go that way. So I hope I was wrong.
I mean, whatever. I think they're gonna have to make him a defector betrayer in some way, shape, or form. Just because it plays too well into Burnham's storyline. But one of my favorite and worst moments is what you brought up earlier, and it's Stamets and Wilson Cruz's character, like their whole relationship playing out, and then Lorca just being his crazy Ahab self. Like that whole thing was, and Tilly messing things up again. That whole thing was just, to me, my favorite part of the episode.
What I loved was they kind of delivered on something they promised but never really did, which was the military versus science aspect.
Yes.
And I wish it were more earned.
Yeah.
Because there's this part where Lorca says, when I first met you, you were all scientists, and now you're true warriors. And I was like, when did they become warriors? Most of the crew hasn't done anything.
Yeah.
But I think Lorca does, there's that interesting scene where I think Lorca shows how seductive he can be, because he's talking about the science that he knows is gonna appeal to Stamets. And then when Stamets says, oh, this is my last jump, and right before the jump, you see Lorca messing around on that keypad, and the minute Stamets says it's his last jump, I'm thinking, oh,
no, it's not.
Of all the people to say that to, of all the people, like never tell Lorca anything.
And couldn't you just feel like as if he was like a snake charmer, like let me sell you these beanstalks, when he was showing him the map, and oh my God, I was literally like, you manipulative.
And Stamets kind of put his foot in his mouth by saying, something, and then we'll go down to and be examined. I'm like, well, if you wouldn't have said anything, Stamets, you wouldn't have to been examined. He's like, oh, I might have a rash here. Something might be going on. So,
him lying is not a good thing. Like, there was one thing I was kind of disappointed. I know why he's lying, but like as a science officer, one of the few things that you need is like truth to like be able
science
to.
Is full of lies.
Yes, but he should.
Global warming, y'all. It's totally a lie.
But you know what I mean? Like the fact that he wasn't telling people about his symptoms is BS.
Sorry, kid, your head's gonna explode.
You've been on TYT too long. I'm like, no, we will not.
I know. Okay, so we're running out of time. Overall, this half of the season so far, yay or nay?
Well, yay, only because we saw a fight scene with Burnham and Voke.
No,
Cole,
which was like, okay, fine. Like it was a believable fight scene. So that was like, all right, they can do a fight scene really well. So I would say this is on a scale of 1 to 10. I'm giving it a 7.5.
Okay, right now for me, I would say pretty close. I'm gonna give it a 7 right now, and I am going to hope for some 9 moments.
Yes.
I think 7 is fair. Yeah. It's good, but it's not a home run.
No, definitely not.
I think I'll go 7.5 or so. So average 7.25. We'll be back in January talking about the second half of the season. So
pause your CBS All Access now.
Yeah, seriously.
Delete that card.
Don't pay for the extra month. The Big Bang Theory will be in reruns.
Bye. Come on.
I'm sorry.
Hey, look, listen. I can do it. Am I officially on track now?
Good.
Well,
bye.
my
Not
ring
to
finger
advertise
is
other
stupid,
things, but
okay.
I can do both hands.